Hello everyone, and in today's video I'm going to be repairing the horn on the 560 SEL, as you've already seen in the title. Now, the 560 SEL, not all of them, but the vast majority of them did, and quite a few of the other models, even though I think for the other models it was an option. I can't remember exactly if it was an option for this car or not, but either way most 560 SELs had it ticked if it was an option anyway. So on this car, at least, it has two horns, and it can switch between them: a town horn or a country horn for louder hornage. I'll probably be leaving mine on a country horn for louder hornage all the time. Anyway, so the horn, any of them don't work in the car. Well, they do work, but you have to take the steering wheel off and bridge the two terminals, and I think you could do that whilst driving. It might be kind of hard to do that, so we're going to take the horn apart and see what it's doing. I'm pretty sure I've found two faults with the horn, one of them being one of the springs in the corner doesn't spring, so I think that may be jamming the horn on constantly, even if luckily it doesn't work. And the second is the two brushes that when the steering wheel turns around, often they contact. They are both jammed in, so I don't believe they're making contact. Alright, so first, we're going to gently pry this little badge out. As I always want to go. Though I'm not too fussed about breaking this badge, as it's already very badly worn and corroded underneath somehow. Or the paint, yeah, the paint was worn off. So you see over here, you see through, all the paint is worn off. Luckily I got a replacement one of these in pretty good condition, so shouldn't be too hard to get it replaced. I'm going to put it down there for now, and then we're going to pull this off in each corner underneath, and that should come off. Now you want to take that out first, because basically this clamps round. You see here you've got the ridges that clamps round on the cage, and if you don't do that, this can't flex in, meaning it will start ripping. So ideally you do need to take that out. Now if you look here, I can twist that, twist this side, but this side doesn't really want to press. Now I can see the spring, I can actually see the spring's not actually on there. I think you prevent it being pushed down. So grab a screw here and see if we can get it out. Screwdriver. No, I don't know if that means if the horn is being off before and expected, or the spring is snapped. So I'm going to say it now before we get too far in. Don't copy anything you see in this video. I'm not a trained electrician, nor do I claim to know what I am doing fully. And anything you do see in this video, I'll do these videos purely for entertainment purposes only. And if you do copy anything in this video, that's purely at your own risk and not mine. Now, normally I would disconnect the battery, but in this case I've not disconnected the battery. For the simple reason being, is that on a Mercedes at least, the horn is not connected to power while the ignition is turned off. And obviously the ignition in this case is turned off. So that means there's no power being routed through the horn, which means it's safe for me to do this at least. Oh, and two springs that just popped out. There's two here. Let's see how many more are going to pop out. So, one up here, and we have another one. Yes. So we've got 5 springs in here. No, 4. So which one didn't have a spring on it? I think it must have been the top one. I think the bottom one did actually have a spring on it. Oh, nice, popped out now. And one that way, is it gone? Yeah. That's strange. It's definitely one of them had fallen out there. Right, in that case, the next part of the job will be easy. So we're going to simply reattach all these now and see if that helps. You can screw these all the way down because they can then go to a certain level, like that. So they already fully done up, and it's still springs. Well, you don't have to spring it like that. So then pushing the horn takes a long while. See, that won't go anymore now. But you've still got more than enough gap there to push the horn. So obviously don't worry about these being sprung loaded. We'll just screw the bottom out anyway. Right. Yeah, very good. We've got spring neck to the horn. Put this back on, if the horn will never work. But I know the problem's not that. So I know for a fact this nut is not going to be too tight. But if it is over, if the steering wheel's been off and that you know off, do not use the steering lock to help get the steering wheel off. You should anchor it with your feet or legs, you know, something like that, and stop it from moving. But yeah, I like to just gently pull this, and it will come off. Not too bad. But from the factory, you know, they're normally like Loctite type stuff, and she genuinely done up really hard from factory. But and also, if they've been broken, before you take the bow out fully, wiggle the steering wheel off, get it loose, and you can take it off. Again, luckily, it's been off before, so I know it's not going to whack me in the face as soon as I try to take it off. So, there we go. See that come in? You get the little Loctite on the threads. Now, gently pull this off. And here we go. We see the two contacts in here, which are looking very depressed and pushed in. So, I'm going to need to get some pliers. I forgot to bring them in. Right, so I have some pliers here, or mow grips, vice grips, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to gently just try to pull these contacts out. See how far that comes out? Obviously there's still quite a bit of meat left on there. So it's not worn down, to this stage at least, where it's not usable. It's just stuck in there, unfortunately. And that seems a little stuck as well. Now, I don't have really anything electrical that I can use particularly to free this up. So I'm going to use this just a little bit of 3-in-1 lube. When I say a little bit, I mean barely any, just a little bit, just to hopefully free it up. Now that got out a bit more than I wanted to, but there we go. That should hopefully now. Yep, there you go, look, already near enough. I wonder, can you actually take these contacts out? I don't know, you should better take these out. I'd imagine they're replaceable. I don't know, I'm going to leave it in, I don't want to break it. And that's still sticking quite bad, so I'm just going to work this back and forth. Just to try and free it up a little. Okay, so I've donned the gloves, WD-40 come out, so it's a bit sticky and wet. But these, I pulled it out and double checked, but it's still not working. Don't take a usability, but look at the amount of rust and just crap in there. I don't think this brings doing what it's meant to do, and obviously it's all jammed up. I've tried WD-40ing it back and forth, and it's just not working. Now I have this here. This is from a W126. But again, I would have thought they'd change the parts that often. I would have thought it'd be exactly the same. And springy, look at that. It springs down and back up, down and back up. Now, if we can snap them in half, that would be brilliant. That's just what we need to do. Not grab it from the copper then, and then grab it from the bottom part, can we? Oh, actually when it's broken, we're not actually going to lose out on anything. We give it a bit more of a tug. Problem is getting it out now. Trying this approach first. It's been in there a while. So now we've got one we can practice on. We're just gently trying to get the screwdriver underneath. Too big of a bit. Let's go for a small jabby one. On top of one you slip and jab your hand and take your whole hand off. I almost got it. There we go, it's got it. You can actually see it in there. Well, not only like it ruined now, but one of the what you know really was pretty good condition. So if I can get this one out, without breaking my hand or the part, lifting it. Come on, you're coming free. And coming out of here, whether you like it or not. And you're out. Now you may say, oh, why don't you just change this whole column here and put a different one in? Oh, I can actually see it on the bottom. Ah. That actually clip in. Yeah, so you may say, why don't you change the whole thing out for nut unit? Because one, this is all connected together. And two, I'd have to take all of this off, take the column off, get underneath, change the plug, and I just can't really be after doing that. It's a lot of work for just to do that. And that's in, that's working. Now where was the half decent one? Okay, so I'm back now. It's a different day. I've ordered some new parts for the steering wheel and I have them here. I shall quickly hide a little bit of the name, a little bit of information on it you don't need to see. Now, while I do that, you should be able to see. So I've got the contacts here. You see, brand new from the dealership. So look at these little contacts, see? Look at that, brand new, lovely jubbly from the dealership. Then these are pushed down and wear over time. And they should get the horn working. But now, to get the steering wheel off again. We won't mention how it broke. But as you put this new one in, look at that. brand new parts, nice and clean. Perfect. That really is actually huge difference. Look at clean in the new one compared to this old one. I don't want to break this old one because after you broke last time, and this actually could be really handy to have spare. Obviously, I have more than just this car. I've obviously got the 190E as well, which would use exactly the same as this. I can just even it out. Perfect. Obviously, don't want to break the steering cowl, so you've got to be very careful when doing this. And obviously, I'm going to say again, don't copy me in case you break your steering cowl. You should not do that like that. And I'm not going to be responsible if you do it like that and break your steering cowl. Completely up to you how you do it. But let's have a little comparison of these. See how the old one is worn down? Obviously, that happens when you turn the steering wheel. And these are made to wear down. These things are made to wear down, so you don't damage your steering wheel or anything else. Obviously, these are little wear components, purposely made for that reason. Obviously, it's filthy and naughty. You can tell how old it is just by looking at it. Good condition inside, but if I'm placing one, I'm going to do both of them at the same time. No point doing one, and then where that one is worn down so much, that old one, and then need to do that one, and then a few weeks later that one breaks down because it's worn down. I'm not doing both at the same time, and it saves a lot of hassle. So, quite simply now, push that back in, and that's now fully seated. Touch, touch. Alright, perfect. They both spring. Keep ignition off as you can see, so there's no undoing this, and nothing's going to shock me on a Merc. Because on a Mercedes, they when you turn the steering wheel off, all the power gets cut to the whole car, pretty much. On only some cars, only some of cars, the horn stays with power, so you could do that and you could potentially hurt yourself. But on a Merc, at least, often this age, you can't keep that newer ones or older ones or whatever, but on a Merc on this age, at least, the power is completely cut when the ignition's off. Let's put this back on. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm not going to bolt it in just yet, because quite simply I want to check that the horn actually functions now. That's quite loud. Another horn don't work though. The quiet town horn. But that doesn't bother me. I'm not bothered one bit about that one. Because the main horn works. That is actually really loud. And broken. It doesn't sound correctly, but that is still quite loud. So while it may not sound completely correct, at least the horn works. Okay, so that is a rather quick job of repairing the horn. Okay, it wasn't that quick. I had to wait quite a long while for parts to arrive and more time to do the job. But if you don't break any parts, then it could potentially be a pretty quick job. I mean, obviously the steering contacts or the horn contacts in here were obviously completely rotten and destroyed. So yeah, I thought I'd get both of them done. Get both of them done now. It's one less job later down the line, and one wears out quicker than the other one. At least they're both going to wear out at the same pace now. So, well, you'd like to think they would anyway, actually. I'd imagine the inner one will wear out a bit less, or a bit slower, I should say, than the outer one. Obviously, the outer one is going to be turning more, whereas the inner one is going to be turning less, I'd imagine. But I will give a full update video of the car at a later date, and obviously talk through what I've planning to got down the car, how we've been going to the car, and hopefully like the big down point I've had for the car. Obviously next for a different video, obviously next is to do the horn. The horn's now been done, reassembled again, and now it's time to end the video. So I'd like to say if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and like the video, as if you like and subscribe really does help the this channel to grow. And as soon as I release a video, if you subscribe, you'll be notified of it. So if you want to keep track of, say for example, this project car, and you subscribe, every time I release a video, you'll get notified. And especially if you click the little bell icon, you'll definitely be notified for sure. So this has been On The Drive. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.